Hello, JANG here from JANGbricks.com with more progress on my Planetary Defense Force Shuttle MOC. And it is really coming along. Last night I spent over 3 hours just working on the hinge, just iterating the hinge for the cargo bay door. And in the process, you know what, I gained a lot of new respect for Lego's designers, because making something that looks cool and can be posed painstakingly to make some really nice photographs and stuff, that's one thing. Making something that's structurally sound and really can work and doesn't need a ton of careful rebuilding every time you want to change the pose, that's a whole different story altogether. Doing it with what Lego would consider to be legal building techniques that would actually stand up to play use by their actual customers, that just takes it to a whole different level altogether. So from now on, I'm going to be far less critical of Lego's designers because I get it a lot more now, just from the hands-on experience. I've redimensioned things just a little bit, or really just moved parts around on the back side here with the rocket boosters and the fuel tank to bring the whole fuel tank down. Changed the treatment of the tips of each of those parts a little bit, just brought the whole thing down a little bit and closed it up a little bit. And also you can see that the orbiter is now in closer. It's hugging the fuel tank much better. So I'm just using brackets now instead of what I had been using, which were Technic 3/4 pins. And it's a little bit difficult to do with just one hand, but with two hands, it's much easier. And there you can see they both stand up on their own, just gets it in there nice and close, and it's secure and works much, much better. The orbiter / lander section is using the last of the, I don't know, half dozen or so wingtip designs that I had come up with before the last update video. I went with the last one that I was doing, the one that I liked the most, and I've changed the aliasing just a little bit on the sides here, just helping to bring a little bit of the curved nature of the thick section of the wings in, kind of inboard a little bit. Changed the rear section just a little bit also, brought a little bit of detail back under in there, and had to move things around just a little bit, again just dealing with the hinges, getting the hinges to work. Gave myself a little bit of treatment under the backs of the wings on the rear side. And now the cargo bay door, hopefully I can do this with one hand. Yeah, there we go. Much easier than it was before, and the parts are not going to come apart easily like they were before. So that's working out much better. Doesn't really change anything on the inside. I just feel a lot better about it now that I don't have to worry about putting parts back together just from opening and closing something. So that's basically what's been done here. I think the shape is done for now. I'm pretty happy with the overall shape of the orbiter / lander unit here. It's kind of what I was going for, with just a kind of a round shape. It's a little bit more diamond-like than I think I was originally thinking about. I think I was originally thinking about making it a little bit thicker here, but in more of the center section. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with this. And when it's connected up to everything else, the proportions are looking pretty good now. It's a little bit more compact than it was before by having the fuel tank down lower, relatively speaking. The thing is not going to fall off at any angle. So good progress, good progress. Now, there are a few small little details I'll continue to work on. I also want to make some attachable wing, a full set of detachable landing gear for the whole thing. They will not be able to retract into the thing. It's just not reasonable to set up a retractable landing gear system on such a small model that has so much open usable space on the inside. But I do want to make some that will attach so that I can have this thing actually on the ground. The idea is that this would land at an airport or an airstrip somewhere far away from the base, because the base is not going to have enough space to put in any sort of landing strip. So it would land elsewhere and then be transported by truck back to the base. You'll notice that the whole thing is narrow enough to fit on just the drivable section of a road. It's also low enough that on a lowboy style of trailer, it can easily go under my underpasses on the way back to the base that'll be back there. Now I get to work on the platform, the launch platform for the whole thing. So that'll be a whole different project unto itself. I'm gonna have to make it small. It's not gonna be realistic in size at all, because as always with everything that I build in my all custom city, everything needs to be as small as it possibly can be while still looking like what it's supposed to be in order to fit, because I've got a lot of stuff that needs to fit in here. Everything, all the space is already planned out, all the space is reserved, and it's going to be a tight squeeze for everything. But that's it for this video. That's it for that update. I will let you know when there's more that's been done. Thanks for watching. Be talking to you again soon.